SEO checklists are the easiest, lowest quality tripwire in the entire SEO world, right? You've probably seen hundreds of ads saying, get this free 100-point SEO checklist to rank number one on Google, right? They're super easy to put together. I'm sure ChatGPT could put one together for you for free. You don't need to opt in anywhere. And I will tell you, honestly, they're probably largely a waste of your time. A couple reasons why. First off, every item on the checklist is not equal to one another. Okay, item number 3 is not equal to item number 33. Okay, one example: making sure your target keyword is in your meta title is way more fucking important than making sure your target keyword is in your alt text, for example, on an image. Okay, in a perfect world, yeah, you would take care of every single possible thing on that checklist all at once, but we don't live in perfect worlds, right? You are not starting your website probably from scratch if you're watching this video. If you were, I would recommend doing it all perfectly, but even so, you're still constrained by time and resources, okay? So when you think about like doing SEO for your brand, let's say you get like a 92-point check, 100-point checklist, let's make it easy, right? There are probably like 10 to 20 things on there that are actually going to be very impactful for you. The other 80 to 90 things, probably not going to matter all that much. And I don't say like matter as in like they're not. I mean they don't matter as in like if whether you do them or you don't do them, you will not notice a significant increase in rankings, traffic, revenue as a result of doing them or not doing them, okay? Image alt text, I already used that example, right? If you have a product page and it like ranks position, 2, let's say, hypothetically, and you go add image alt text into it, that page is not automatically going to position 1, okay? Same thing as if you're on page 10 and you go add image alt text to all of your images, you're not automatically going to be on page 1, okay? That is one example of a very low lever task, okay? Same thing with like improving page speed, okay? Improving your meta title, more often than not, is probably going to have a bigger impact on the average site's ranking compared to improving the page speed. And also, improving your meta title takes approximately 30 seconds of work. Improving your page speed will likely take hours, if not days or weeks of work, okay? So all the items are not equal, and a lot of them maybe don't even apply to you, okay? And when I say apply to you, that could mean indifference of kind of where your website is at, whether it's new, whether it's aged, e-commerce versus local service versus, B2B versus SaaS, all that kind of stuff, right? Certain elements of a checklist, whatever that checklist may look like, are vastly different, whether you're an e-commerce site, a local site, B2B, SaaS, as an example, right? As an e-com site, your primary focus in every single strategy for e-commerce should be ranking your collection pages and your product pages for purchase intent keywords, okay? You don't have those same kinds of pages when you're a local service company. You have like local geo pages, like, plumbers in, west side of Los Angeles, for example, okay? Those two pages function very differently. The way you approach a checklist for each of those pages also will function very, very differently, okay? So getting some general SEO checklist is just a tripwire to get you in someone's funnel. Probably not going to make all that much of an impact for you, okay? The other thing I don't like about checklists, in addition to being way too general and not very effective, is that they create like a false sense of completion, okay? It's kind of like how Yoast has like that green light, it kind of gamify SEO, like, oh yeah, you've added your keyword to the title, meta title, great job, now you're going to rank number 1, okay? Not the case. Anyone who's ever done SEO will tell you the Yoast checklist, like, that means nothing, okay? Same thing with a 100-point checklist you got from an Instagram ad or, some email news list you're on, right? Just because you finished your checklist does not mean you're going to rank number 1, okay? In fact, I would almost guarantee you that it's not going to rank you number 1 just because you finished all 100 points on the checklist, okay? Like I said, they're all not all the items are equal, and they're definitely not all they're not all equal in the sense that they're not going to all move the needle as far as another one may move it, okay? The other thing too, like following a checklist, is if you just like run through it 1 through 100, like that person put it together probably in groups of categories. Like the first 1 through 30 items are technical SEO, and the next, items 31 through 60 are on-page SEO, and items 61 through 100 are backlinks and like social signals, let's say, right? Now, for me, content links are like without a doubt the most important needle movers. And actually not just for me, that's just a fact. Content links will move the needle far more than anything else you do in SEO. So following a checklist in order, if you do it like that, and technical SEO is almost always first on a checklist, you're going to waste a lot of fucking time doing technical SEO, and you're going to delay yourself getting to the content links, which actually move the needle. So you're going to waste time, probably get frustrated, and all the while you're just delaying doing the things that's actually going to make you money. So checklists are bad in that regard. They are a general reference point, kind of rule of thumb, let's call it. They are definitely not a strategy that will. They are definitely not a strategy that is sufficient enough for 7, 8, 9-figure shop like e-commerce brands. Okay, not even close. Okay. The other thing too is like most SEO checklists, like in addition to being general, they don't account for where you're currently at in the market. Are you a category leader? Are you not? Are you the only kind of player in the space? Are you competing against, huge box brands? Are you competing against similar size brands? All these different things, the checklist can't account for it, right? It's very general. So it's not a strategy. It is barely a reference point, okay? I can say right now, we don't have any checklists in our agency. None of our SOPs have checklists because they're way too general, and everything in SEO is so nuanced between brands, okay? And a lot of checklists, like, they can't capture the nuance of your website, okay? Something like, your business goals as an e-commerce brand, right? Like, you want to rank for keyword A in X amount of time. Like, a checklist isn't going to tell you how to do that. Like, a strategy composed of certain keywords, certain link targets, and certain cadences of both of those things are going to be what gets you there or doesn't get you there, okay? Some checklist is not going to help you out. I wouldn't even say it's a good starting point. I just honestly don't care for them. They're super easy to put together. It's like when agencies will like white label an SEO audit and charge you $1,000 for it, and it's just like some fucking audit they ran in SEMrush at the click of a button. Okay, a checklist is something like people are putting together in ChatGPT every day. I see so many like tripwire lead magnets that are just checklists, and they're all the fucking same. And 2/3 of it doesn't even actually help you rank higher or make more money. So I cannot possibly understand why you'd be interested in them. If you actually want to rank higher on Google, a checklist is not going to get you there. You need to actually build a full-fledged strategy consisting of keyword research, both for product pages, collection pages, as well as any new blog content you may create. Or if you've already got a lot of blog content, like are you going to update it? Are you going to build more internal links, things like that, as well as identifying kind of your backlink gap on some of your core keywords, right? The number 1 and 2 results have, 20 backlinks and 15 backlinks respectively, and your page that you're trying to rank only has 1. Okay, so you have roughly a 14 backlink gap to position 2 and roughly a 19 backlink gap to position 1. So using your budget and your resources, how long is it going to take to close a 14 or 19 link gap? Let's say you build 5 links a month. That's roughly 3 to 4 months respectively, okay, based on whatever your budget may be. That is what a strategy looks like, okay? A checklist is not a strategy. It is a reference point, and quite honestly, not a good one. See you guys tomorrow.